Hello all, I am the Holland Phantom, and for today's video we're going to be having a live raid battle. On the raid team, we have the Lugia Blastoise and Steelix deck from 2006, and the Lugia Archeops deck from 2023, going up against the raid boss Shadow Lugia. So we'll see which of these two sides can take the victory today. But before we begin, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel and to my Twitter account at Holland_Phantom so you don't miss out on any new Pokemon TCG content. And now with that out of the way, let's get into the battle. And here we go, the battle has started, with both sides flipping over their starting Pokemon. Okay, so let's just get this out of the way right now. There's going to be a lot of Lugia in this battle, so for the sake of simplicity, the deck on the left is going to be known as the Blastoise deck, and the one on the right is going to be the Archeops deck. Okay, so here we go. The Blastoise side is going first. They have a Plusle in the active spot, giving it a Water Energy, benching a Squirtle, which immediately evolves into a Wartortle, as Pokemon in raid battles can evolve in the first turn of the game. And then they're going to be activating the supporter, Celios Network, to search out a Pidgeot from the deck. And now it's going to be over to the Archeops side. They draw the first card and attach a Capture Energy to the active Lugia V, searching the deck for a basic Pokemon to put onto their bench. So let's see what they choose. A second Lugia V. Are we starting off to building up their bench on both sides? Next, Archeops players discarding an Archeops with a Quick Ball to once again search the deck for another basic Pokemon. So let's see what the next one's going to be. This time it's going to be a Lumineon V. Lumineon's going to be coming down to the bench pretty soon. Pretty sure to use its ability. Yeah, there it is. Using its ability to search the deck for a supporter to use. In the raid format, the raid team can use supporters equal to the number of players. So as there's 2 players right now, they have access to 2 supporters, so each one can use one, or one player can use both. But for this turn, they opted to use one each. The Archeops player activates Professor's Research to discard their hand to draw 7 brand new cards. So let's see if they get a Lugia VStar in play. As like I said earlier, Pokemon can evolve on the first turn of the game. An Evolution Incense, going to search the deck for an evolution card. Not a Lugia VStar, but they are going to be getting an Archeops. Oh, followed by another Evolution Incense. This time getting... There's a Lugia VStar. Okay, so we might be seeing Lugia VStar coming into play immediately. But do they have a way to discard this second Archeops from their hand? Actually, no, it did not evolve. Went straight for the attack, reading the wind, discarding the Archeops that way to then draw 3 cards from the deck, and Plusle attacked with Call for Family, searching the deck for 2 basic Pokemon to add to their bench, choosing a Pidgey and Lugia EX. So there we go. Every side has at least a Lugia on their side. And now the raid boss's turn goes. They're going to be drawing 3 cards. Oh, the first 2 are double colorless energy, and the third one is a psychic energy. In a raid format, the raid boss, all their attacks get treated as colorless energies, which is how you can use double colorless for the attack. And there's the attack declared, Shadow Storm, hitting both Pokemon for 1,000 damage, taking easy KO. The Blastoise player is going to take 1 prize, and the Archeops side gets to take 2 prizes. Okay, so turn passes back to the raid team. The Blastoise player activates Power Tree Stadium to retrieve a discarded basic water energy, which immediately gets attached onto the bench Lugia EX. The active Pidgey evolves into Pidgeotto, and now it's going to be over to the Archeops side. They're going to be benching another Lugia V. The active Lugia evolves into its V-Star form, followed by another Evolution Incense. It's going to be the 3rd one of the game, searching for another evolution card. It's going to be another Archeops this time. But they don't need it anymore, honestly, as they only need 2 in the discard pile for its ability. Okay, but they're going to be using it as discard fodder for Quick Ball, to once again search the deck for another basic Pokemon. And this time it's going to be Oranguru. So now 3 benched Pokemon on the Archeops side, leaving 2 empty spots for the Archeops to come into play. Oh, but first, Oranguru activates Prime and Wisdom, swapping out one of the cards from the hand for the top card of the deck. Yeah, and there we see the V-Star counter being flipped, activating Summoning Star to bring back 2 of the discarded Archeops. And now we're going to be having the Energy Accelerator online for the Archeops side. And there we see both Archeops activating their abilities. Primal Turbo. Each one gets to attach 2 special energy cards from the deck to any Pokemon on their side of the field. So between the two of them, they can attach up to 4 energy. And there they all are. It looks like it's going to be a Capture Energy and 3 Powerful Energy. Each Powerful Energy increases the attack power by 20, bringing Lugia's Tempest Dive up to a total of 280 damage. The Archeops side gives one of their supporters to the Blastoise side, Professor's Research, to discard their hand and then draw 7 brand new cards. They must have not had a very good hand. Did they get anything to play? Oh, actually they didn't! They're going to be requesting a second supporter. So a second Professor's Research used by the Archeops side on the Blastoise side to once again discard and draw 7. This time they get a second Lugia EX. And there's the attack. Lugia EX hits Shadow Lugia with Tempest Dive for 280 damage. There's all the damage coming down. And now the turn is going to be passing over to Shadow Lugia. There's the first card. It's going to be an Avery. Oh, that's going to hurt the Archeops player. They have to discard Pokemon until they have only 3 remaining on the bench. So discarding an Oranguru and the Lumineon. Avery also lets the raid boss draw 3 cards. And the 3 cards drawn are a Lucky Helmet, a double Colorless Energy, and a Super Potion. Super Potion discards the Psychic Energy to heal 60 damage. Double Colorless Energy is equipped, and so is the Lucky Helmet. But Shadow Lugia needs at least 4 energy to attack, so it cannot attack this turn. Oh, actually, wait, I forgot that those 3 cards were from Avery. The second official draw of the turn is a Pokemon Center Lady, healing another 60 damage, followed by Team Yell Grunt, a supporter to bounce back one of the attached energy cards from Lugia VStar back into the player's hand. And that's going to be the turn. Okay, so no attack coming through from the raid boss side. The damage is getting healed off, but in exchange, some cards are going to be sent to the Lost Zone. And that is how you beat the raid boss. You got to send its entire deck to the Lost Zone, or at least until it can no longer attack. Okay, a good amount of cards were removed from play, and now it's back over to the raid team side. The Blastoise player activates Rocket's admin, shuffling away their entire hand to then draw 5 cards, each one for every one of their prize cards remaining. There's the cards being drawn. Did they get the Pidgeot? They did! Pidgeot! Comes with the ability Quick Search, letting the player search the deck for any card that they want once per turn. The card chosen is going to be Blastoise EX, and now the Blastoise side has their own Energy Accelerator. Okay, and they're going to be using their second supporter for the raid team side, another Rocket's admin, to once again shuffle and draw 5 cards. Does this player have the Water Energy and one of the Holland Pokemon to attack with Lugia? They do have the second Water Energy, but I'm not seeing any more energy attachments coming down. First Power Tree is going to be activating. There we go, getting back one of the discarded Water Energies. And, oh, actually, it looks like that's going to be it. Pidgeot is going to be retreating for free to promote Plusle. That way, in case Shadow Lugia gets to attack, Pidgeot will be spared. Okay, over to the Archeops side, the bench Lugia V evolves into Lugia VStar. The powerful energy comes back down into the active one. And now both Archeops activate Primal Turbo, this time to accelerate energy onto the bench Lugia VStar. And there they are. It's going to be a Hiding Energy, an Aurora Energy, and a Capture Energy. It looks like they didn't have enough for all 4 energy attachments. So they must have some energy either in the prize cards or in their hand. And there's the attack, another Tempest Dive hitting once again for 280 damage. But the attack is also going to trigger the effect of Lucky Helmet, letting Shadow Lugia draw 2 cards before the start of the turn. The first card drawn is going to be a Cook, and the second one is Escape Rope. Cook is going to be healing 70 damage off of Shadow Lugia, and Escape Rope is going to force both players on the raid team to swap out their active Pokemon. So Plusle comes back down, and so does Lugia VStar. And in their place, we're going to be seeing Pidgeot come back up, and an Archeops. So if Shadow Lugia gets to attack this turn, both of these Pokemon will be getting knocked out. Okay, there's the cards for the turn. The first one is going to be Collapse Stadium, replacing the Power Tree on the Blastoise side. Now, both players can only have a maximum of 4 Pokemon on their bench. The second card drawn is the Psychic Energy, and the last one is a Potion. Healing 30 more damage, and Shadow Lugia still cannot attack, and just needs one more energy to use Shadow Storm again. All the damage is being healed off once again, sending some more cards from the deck to the Lost Zone. That's going to be one card sent for every 20 damage on Shadow Lugia. That's why it's super important to deal as much damage as possible per turn. Okay, over to the Blastoise side. They finally get their Holland's Magneton attached, bringing back one of the attached water energies, and Holland's Magneton now counts as a double rainbow energy, fulfilling the energy requirements of Elemental Blast. Pidgeot's Quick Search gets another Holland's Magneton out of the deck, and now it's going to be retreating to promote Lugia. And there we go, we're finally going to be seeing an attack coming through from the Blastoise side. Over to the Archeops side, do they have a way to retreat this Archeops? Yeah, they do. A Capture Energy is attached and immediately discarded for the retreat cost, bringing up Lugia VStar. And here we go, the Lugia showdown. Lugia EX and Lugia VStar versus Shadow Lugia. A lot of Lugia. Quick Ball is played, discarding Manaphy and Yveltal from the hand. Both useless Pokemon in this matchup. To search the deck for any Pokemon, it's going to be another Lugia V. I believe it's going to be the fourth one of the deck. There's 3 in play right now, and one was knocked out in the first turn. One of the Archeops activates Primal Turbo to search the deck for some special energy cards. And both of them are going to be double Turbo Energy. So now once this final Lugia V evolves into its V-Star form, it will also be able to use its Tempest Dive attack. And there's both the attacks declared, Elemental Blast and Tempest Dive, hitting for a massive 480 damage. That's going to be a lot of dice being used. But also, each one is going to trigger the Lucky Helmet, so it's going to be 4 cards drawn off of it, in addition to the 3 cards drawn at the beginning of the turn, so 7 cards drawn for Shadow Lugia. And also, Tempest Dive does discard the Collapse Stadium. Okay, there's the cards being drawn for Lucky Helmet. The first one is going to be an Energy Lotto, looking at the top 7 cards of the deck, and then attaching any energy card found there. Normally you add the energy card to the hand, but the Raid Boss has no hand, so they immediately play any card that they draw into. So now Shadow Lugia is ready to use its Shadow Storm attack. Oh, and the next card is another Psychic Energy, followed by Sweet Honey, so let's see if it's going to be healing any damage. Oh, actually, no, the coin flip was tail, so Sweet Honey does nothing. And there's the 4th card from the Lucky Helmet, a Warp Point, forcing both players once again to swap out their active Pokemon. And actually, that worked to their advantage, as both of their Lugia will be spared on this turn. Okay, there's the energy being attached. Like I said earlier, those 4 cards were for the Lucky Helmet, and now it is actually going to be the draws for the turn. So the first one's going to be a Crushing Hammer, flipping a coin. If it rolls heads, they can discard any card on the Raid Team side, any energy card. It was a tail, so nothing happened. The next card is going to be Berry. Berry gets to draw 3 more cards from the deck. The first one is going to be Team Yell Towel, healing 50 damage off of Shadow Lugia. The second card, another Psychic Energy, and the third card is Muscle Band to replace Lucky Helmet, increasing its attack power by 20. Though honestly, when you're hitting for 1,000 damage, an extra 20 doesn't really make a difference. Okay, now the final card drawn for the turn is going to be Turbo Patch, requiring another coin flip, sorry. And it is Heads, getting back a discarded energy to attach onto Lugia. There's the next energy, and it got a ton of energy this turn. It's going to be an easy KO coming through. And there's the attack, Shadow Storm, knocking out both Pokemon immediately, and then discarding 4 cards. Though it does still have 3 energy remaining. Alright, so both players take 1 prize, as single prize Pokemon were knocked out. And now Lugia EX and Lugia VStar come back into the active spot. But first, all that energy is being healed off. Once again, burning away 1 card from the deck for every 20 damage dealt. And it's going to be a lot of cards. I didn't keep track of the math. So in the meantime, just wanted to remind everybody to please like and subscribe to this channel. If you enjoy the content, leave a comment, tell me what you liked about it, and also let me know what kind of videos you want to see in the future. Any more raid battles, or regular battles, or pretty much anything related to the TCG. Okay, there we go. That's all the cards being sent to the Lost Zone. That's a massive turn for the Raid Team side. Okay, over to the Blastoise player side, they activate Blastoise's Energy Rain Poké Power, attaching 2 water energy to the active Lugia, but also dealing 20 damage to it. There's the next Holland's Magneton, bringing back one of the attached water energy. Now, Lugia can attack this turn. Pidgeot activates Quick Search to search for Celios Network, which in turn also searches out Holland's Electrode. So another Pokemon to attack on the following turn in case this Lugia gets knocked out. On the Archeops side, the player activates their final evolution Incense. And there's the third Lugia VStar coming into play. So between the Raid Team and the Raid Boss, there are 6 Lugia in play right now. And there's the attacks. Elemental Blast hitting for 200, and Tempest Dive once again hitting for 280 for a total of 480 damage. There's all the dice coming down. Let's see what Shadow Lugia can do. Avery. No Pokemon to discard from the bench, but like I said earlier, it does get to draw an additional 3 cards. First card is Potion to heal 30 damage, followed by Energy Lotto. If they get another energy card off this, Shadow Lugia will be able to use his Shadow Storm attack this turn. Did they get one? Yes, they did. A double colorless energy, in fact. More than enough energy to attack. Now they just need to wait to heal all this damage. The third card off of Avery is Barry, drawing even more cards from the deck. First card off Barry is Escape Rope. Oh, once again saving both Lugia from being knocked out, but actually the Blastoise player just swapped out one Lugia for another, while the Archeops side sends out their final Archeops, as they no longer need it. They have all the energy they need in play. The next card for Barry is going to be Team Yell Towel to once again heal 50 damage off Lugia. And the third one is Sweet Honey. Oh, they need to get lucky off these coin flips. Oh, but it's Tails! Once again does nothing, otherwise it could have healed some more damage off Shadow Lugia. Okay, so that's all 3 cards drawn off Barry. And all those cards drawn off Avery. Now the second card for the turn is Psychic Energy. The third card is Warp Point. Oh, another swap card. Once again forcing both players to swap their Pokemon. Warp Point and Escape Rope do the exact same thing. Same card, different name. And now Shadow Storm hits Lugia EX and Lugia VStar for 1,000 damage each. Actually, the Lugia EX is weak to Psychic Pokemon, so it's actually taking 2,000 damage. Both players take 2 prizes. The Blastoise side is down to 2 prizes remaining, while the Archeops side is down to just 1 prize remaining. Both players are getting really close to losing. Although they might have won this game on this turn if they can burn off enough cards from the Shadow Lugia side to prevent it from attacking anymore. So here we go. Let's see what they can do. Okay, that's the rest of the deck being burned away. Now they have to shuffle their discard pile back into the deck. Do they have enough? They might do it. Yes, they did! They burned away the entire deck. And there you go. The Raid Team is your winner. So what did you guys think of that battle? Let me know down in the comments below. And be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share this video to help the channel grow and reach new viewers. Thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, this is the Holland Phantom logging out.